crafty friends, welcome to Raincross Farms Makery. My name's Robin. Behind the camera, behind the computer is my husband Bill, and we are so glad to have you with us. We are thrilled to be hosting this segment of Craft Round the Clock. So when you get here, say hello and let us know you're here. Let me get this set up. And I'm not seeing comments. Change this. And that one. Save there.
There you are.
Okay, so our keyword tonight is roses. Roses, because we're going to be making some roses tonight. Turn
There's
that
Wanda.
off.
Hello, Wanda.
So, welcome.
Cheryl.
Hi, Wanda. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, thanks for the roses, Cheryl. What a coincidence. Okay, so hopefully those messages get sent. Let me know if they don't.
I'm watching.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so it looks like it's working. Hey, so tonight's project, we are going to be using this beautiful surface that I sell in my shop. It is what is this? A shadow box. Shadow box. And I still have the plastic on the glass, so you can't see through it, but it's a 9x9 shadow box, and the awesome thing about it is the back is removable, so you can change it up. It helps when you're designing it. You can design it out of the box, but you can flip it over, change it up, you name it, it's good to go. So that's what we're going to be doing. And what we're going to do, because it's a shadow box, we are going to fill it with some roses. Now, I've seen people who get silk flowers from the Dollar Tree and cut them apart and use them. We're going to make some out of felt, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Hey, Margaret, thanks for sprinkling. This front part also comes off, and I'm going to pull this out just so I can remove that plastic. It comes with this plastic to protect it. I'm going to remove that now. And move it from this side. So it comes completely unscratched when you get it. Come on. Get in there.
Deborah sprinkled it too.
Thank you for sprinkling, Deborah.
Wanda.
And Wanda. All these sprinkles. Thanks so much. Okay, so roses. We're going to fill it with roses, and then we're going to chalk on the glass. We're going to chalk some angel wings. So this is our angel wings transfer. So we're going to chalk on some angel wings because I know angel wings are pretty popular these days. So let me set that aside. So let me show you how we're going to make roses out of felt. So I start with just a 9x12 sheet of felt, and from this I can make 4 roses of the size I'm going to make tonight. So to start it off, I probably got this at Walmart. Hobby Lobby sells them. Joann sells them. You can get them sometimes if they're for sale. They're like 4 for $1. Either way, you're not going to spend more than 50 cents for a sheet of these. And so I actually am using 4 different colors. And I'm just going to cut this in fourths. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to cut this in fourths, just like that. And then this is going to make 4 different roses. So let me show you how. So I'm going to make it on this one right here, on my light pink. And to do this, we're going to start with a pair of scissors. This is completely eyeballed. I don't have a pattern for it. I just completely do it by eyeball. If you have a Cricut, you might have a design pattern where you can make cut out rolled roses for paper. It's that same idea, but we're just going to eyeball it as we go. So I've got my scissors, and I'm just going to cut off the corners to make it not completely round. It's going to be an oval because it's not quite a square, but it won't matter. So I'm just going to cut off round the edges so it's as round as I can make it, but it's not going to be a true circle, and that's okay. So I don't have an overhead camera, so I can't show you that way, but hopefully you can see what I did. So I just have the corners cut off. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut a spiral all throughout here. And I'm going to cut a strip about 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch wide. So let me see if I can do this so you can see it. So I'm just going to go in right here and I'm going to cut at about 3/4 of an inch, spiraling all the way around. Well, you can see what I'm doing backwards. And then when I get to the beginning, I'm going to turn it in and I'm just going to keep going round and round, leaving about a 3/4 inch wide strip as I go. And then when I get towards the middle, I'm going to I'm going to leave kind of like a little round piece right there. So this is what I did. I'll reassemble it. So all I did is I took that round oval and cut it in a strip about 3/4 of an inch wide. Let me know if you have any questions as I go. If you need me to stop and explain, let me know. So next, I'm going to take my scissors and on the outside edge of this curve, I'm going to cut some scallops. 3/4 of an inch, it's not crucial. So watch as I go, and I'll stop and show you. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to stop at least 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And then I'm going to go back up and make another scallop. These will end up being the petals on the rose. So okay, I'm going to stop right there and show you what I did. Can you see that? Do I have something dark to put it up against? Can you see? So
Actually,
this is what I did.
Your top is showing up pretty good.
Oh, my top, okay. Anyway, so I'm just kind of cutting scallops. Maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch wide. And I'm just going to do that all the way around. I'm not going to cut to the edge. I'm going to cut about 1/4 of an inch and go back out to do another scallop. And I'm going to do that all the way around. Again, I'm eyeballing it. It really won't. Roses are not perfectly symmetrical anyway. So this is going to make a great rose. So cutting scallops. So if you're just joining us, we're putting together a shadow box and we're going to fill it with roses. I thought about doing silk roses. I've seen some of them where they do it with like rose petals, silk rose petals, but I love making these felt roses. You can also make these out of burlap. You can make them out of fabric. There's other ways to make roses too, but this is the way I'm showing you tonight. So I'm just going to go all the way around. And my scissors getting caught up there.
So I asked, I said, have you ever made those before? And the only person that responded to me was Deborah, said no, she had not ever made them before.
Well, I hope you give them a try. You might have some felt laying around. If you're a true crafter, you've got odds and ends of everything. You can make them bigger than 1/4 of a sheet. You can make them an entire sheet and make them a lot bigger if you like. Same concept. So you cut the round oval or circle. Then you cut a spiral in that, and then you cut scallops. All the way to just about the very end here. I'm going to trim that just a little bit. Okay, so these are all trash. I'm going to get rid of these. Let me lay it back out so you can kind of see what I did. So basically, that's what I did. I just cut scallops all through that strip. Hopefully that makes sense. Even you have made felt roses?
Yes, I helped you last time.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, that's how I'm.
Okay, so now I'm going to take this whole strip and I'm going to get my hot glue. You don't have to use hot glue, but it helps if your glue dries super quickly, or it'll take forever and make a mess. So I am going to start with this end here, not the one where I left the little circle, but I'm going to start at this end, and I'm just going to do hanging there. I'm just going to do a little tiny bit of glue and just flop that over just a little bit, just to get that started. Now I'm going to go and more glue down, maybe about 1 inch, a line of glue right on that inside edge, maybe about 1 inch, and I'm going to start rolling it. If you're getting your fingers burnt with the hot glue, you can do this. You can attach it to like a toothpick or a skewer and then pull that off at the end, or you can do it with pliers. I've done so many of these. I'm pretty good at not getting my fingers in the hot glue. So I'm just starting to roll that up. That right now is the center of my rose. And I'm going to put about another inch of glue. I'm going to continue rolling. You want it to be kind of snug. You don't want to stretch it tight, but you do want to roll it up kind of snugly. And you can see it's starting to form a rosebud. And continue on all the way down through this strip. About another inch of glue. Now, as this gets wider, I can put more than 1 inch of glue because it rolls up a whole lot faster. I'm just going to keep going all the way around. And the petals will start overlapping. Now it's starting to be a bigger base, so it rolls up faster, so I'm giving it a little bit longer strip of glue. But again, I'm just rolling that snugly. So, and in the back side, it will just kind of be all rolled up. You kind of want to keep that as flat as possible. And let's do some more. Get into a rhythm of them. And if you notice that the petals start duplicating each other and not offsetting each other, you can just kind of snip it and glue it in a little bit different location. But it tends to be they kind of work out in the end. And like I said, no rose is perfect. No two roses are alike. As you get closer in, it gets a little wigglier because I think the spiral is a little tighter, so you kind of have to lay it out a little bit flatter. If that makes sense. You kind of have to pull it so that you get a straight line.
I was just looking that word up, squigglier.
Squiggly.
Is that a
It
technical
means
term?
more squiggly. Okay, so here we're not quite done yet, but see the rose it's forming? This is the back side. It's just flat. Now we're not going to worry about making the green, what's it, calyx or whatever, because these are going to be flat. These are going to be on a flat surface, so they're not going to be, we're not going to put stems on these. You don't need a thick line of glue, just a thin line, just to get that felt to adhere to itself. Getting close to the middle. I'm close to the end. Continue wrapping. And you see this little round part that we left. It's going to end up flopping over and covering up that center part there. So let me get the last little bit glued down. And I've got this round piece that we are going to flap over. So here you can see the front and then the back. And we are going to glue down that final little round piece. And if you didn't leave a little round piece, it's okay, it'll still work. This is just going to kind of reinforce that. So I just glue that down and finish that off.
Betty, I'm sorry I missed your question. Thank you, Deborah, for answering it.
What
she,
am
was
I-
asking, she was asking what you were making it out
Yes,
of.
I
got sidetracked.
am using felt. Let me grab a full sheet so you can. Oh, goodness. So I'm just using a sheet of felt. It's a 9x12 sheet of felt. Walmart, Dollar Tree sometimes has them too. Doesn't have to be super duper high quality, but you don't want it to be see-through. So now I've got that, and I'm just going to kind of spread it out, pull it around a little bit. If I need to trim something up, I can do that. If one of the petals just looks really out of line. And there I have a rose. So, in fact, I got busy today and I have a whole bunch. Ta-da! So, I have 16 roses. I used 4 different colors of felt. So we're going to kind of do a ombre with our shadow box. So I'm going to start with the lightest color at the top. So I have these, what is this? This is baby pink. I believe these are the Walmart brand. This fits about 4 by 4 of these. Now I don't need to go all the way to the edge because it's going to kind of be hidden by my frame. Whoops. Kind of lay these out. Then I'm going to do, the next pink is candy pink. So 2. There. Then I have shocking pink.
Cheryl says pretty colors.
And you don't have to use pinks. You can use any color. You can do all salt. This would be so pretty with just white roses as like a wedding gift or a wedding decoration or an anniversary gift. And then this one is ruby. So here is my set of 16 roses.
And where did you get the felt?
Where did I get the felt? I believe this was from Walmart. Probably when it was 4 for $1. It might have been Hobby Lobby. I just am not sure. I don't recognize. It has a big K on it, but I know it's not Kmart. It doesn't have a store name. So I don't know, but you can get sheets of felt anywhere. Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart. Okay, so here are my 16 roses. And I'm just going to make sure I pretty much have them centered, and then I'm going to glue them down. So I think I'm going to start, I don't know but that has blue. Okay, I'm going to start right here, and I'm just going to down. Much time? How much time? Let's see, I have until the top of the hour.
6:38 now.
Okay. So I've got those glued into place. I have them not smashed into each other, but pretty close together. And let's glue some more down. And I'm not really binding that white background. Some of the white background is showing through. You can squish them in there. You probably need more than 16 of them, but you can squish them in there a little bit tighter and so that you can't see any background. But I'm okay with the white background. And then all these hot glue strings. And they do come out different sizes. It's okay. Turning them so that the petals fall into each other. And let's glue these baby pinks up top. I think.
Teresa, we're Pacific time here.
Okay. Yes, it is. What is it?
Six
almost 640. Okay, so here are my roses. I could have done it the other way. I could have done dark to light, but I kind of like the light to dark. So now we're going to work on the top. Now again, I told you this back comes out, so I can completely remove this and I can replace it with something the same size, or if I hadn't glued this on, I could completely turn the back around and done a different decoration. Same thing with this. This is actually not glass. This is plexiglass. And so it can come out and you can reposition it. In fact, I'm going to chalk on it out of the frame. And like I said, I'm going to use these angel wings because I know they are pretty popular. So there's all different sizes. Honestly, I am not a huge angel wing fan. But I know they're very popular and I know a lot of people really like them. So we're going to actually use this set here. Now it is wider than this, so we're going to actually kind of tweak them and make the wings collapse a little bit. So I'm going to pull this off. This is a reusable silkscreen transfer. So I'm going to put it on a towel and put a little bit of fuzz on it. In fact, I'm going to put a lot of fuzz on it because it's going on this plastic sheet which has static, so it's collecting a lot of lint. So I'm putting a lot of lint on this because it will make it easier to peel up so I don't stretch my transfer when I go to remove it. So I also want to, in the middle of the wings, I want to put a heart. I got a set of hearts from the Dollar Tree. They come all different sizes, pink, red, and natural. And so I'm going to use this pink one. It's going to go in between the wings, like at the shoulders. So I kind of am doing a little cheat thing. I took a piece of painter's tape and cut out this same size because I want to not chalk where this is going to go because they're going to overlap. So let's see. I'm going to get this and I'm going to off. Like I said, it's got static, so it's collecting fuzz. So the wings are going to kind of down like that. I need to know where the center is here. And I'm going to put this heart right in the center. So I need to know where to put that heart. So it's roughly
So, you know, Jesse came on and said pretty, and
thank you.
oh, Margaret said the same thing, pretty.
Okay. This is going to go right about there. So let me find the center of this. This is 7 3/4. So 3 1/2, 7. I think that's about center right there. Pretty close. To go there. Okay. So I've got this tape, and I'm going to put this tape down. So that I don't chalk over that. Okay, so hopefully that makes some sort of sense.
So is the heart going on the outside of the glass or the inside?
The heart is going to go on the outside of the glass.
So just out of question, if you were to chalk it in that spot, wouldn't the heart hide it?
It would, but I don't want to. I want to not chalk underneath it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh, Betty sent you 100.
Woo! Thank you for the stars, Betty. I just didn't want to confuse myself trying to glue string there. Okay, so I've got this down, and I don't want to chalk this little section right there. I want to keep that clear. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. So I just put that tape down. I guess I could have put it on the inside, but that's okay. And I'm going to use my Shimmer Gold. And sometimes when you haven't used them for a while, your shimmers tend to settle. The mica flecks in there kind of settle. So my shimmers, I always like to give them a quick stir. And I'm going to start with one wing. And I'm doing this in, like I said, Shimmer Gold. Not going all the way to the edge because it's going to be behind the frame. Set that aside. Tree, dish drying mat. I'm going to peel this off. And I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to dry this because I'm going to put the other wing on the other side and chalk it. So I want to make sure this is really dry. I chalk that. So I'm using my low heat dryer because I don't want to warp this plastic. You could certainly recut plastic to replace it, or you could actually cut it out of glass too. In and out of that frame. And what did I do with paper? Oh, I didn't pull it off. Okay, never mind. Use this backer, but I didn't separate it. So I'm just going to lay this down in between so I don't accidentally pull up. So I'm trying to line this up so that it matches. Which is what I have on this side. And I don't want this to pull up any of that paste, so I'm going to lay that down there. And do the same thing with my Shimmer Gold. so if you are interested in the shadow box or the transfer or the paste, when you typed in the keyword, which gets you entered into an end of the month drawing, which is, ooh, that's coming up tomorrow, isn't it? So we'll probably do that on Thursday. Do our end of the month drawing. There's also some other, you'll get a message to your messenger, and there's some other things that you can click. You can click on the button that says product info, and that will send you another message. And from product info, you can click on where it says today's supplies, and that will get you a list of the supplies from my shop. Purchase these supplies. So here's you can see it, can't you? So I've got my wings, I've got the heart, I've got the placeholder for the heart. So while that's drying, I'm going to clean this up, show you how easily they clean up. So I'm going to start with just water, and I'm going to spray this. Ideally, I would do this at the sink, but I'm not near a sink. Start with a Swedish dishcloth or a paper towel, and I'm going to use that to take off as much of this paste as I can. My goal is to get all of that paste out of the silk screen, and this won't do it. This is just kind of pulling it off the surface. I need something that's going to grab it out of that silk screen. So I'm going to use my board eraser. This is similar to a magic eraser in texture. Well, the blue is just painter's tape. I do like blue and gold, but it's going to be a pink heart there. But I just used I cut a sample out of painter's tape in the same size and shape. And then I'm going to do the other side, pulling all of that paste out of the screen. Stencils are guaranteed by the company to be reusable 12 times, but I know if you take really good care of them, they can be used 3 or more times. So we are just going to clean that up. That is getting I'm seeing stuff on here. I think there's something that's stuck on my board eraser. So once your screen is clean, I'm just going to let that dry, air dry, sticky side up. When it's dry, I'll put it back on the backer sheet, and it's ready to use next time. Okay, so here we have this. Let me peel off this painter's tape. Grab an edge. Okay. Wanted to leave room for the heart to go on there. Shadow box. Now tell me what you would put inside the shadow box. I have a shadow box that I put in my mother's jewelry. She had a lot of brooches. She always wore brooches. And when she passed away, I inherited them all. I had no idea what to do with them. And I ended up putting them in a shadow box. And it's hanging on my wall, and it's gorgeous, and I'd never part with it. But this one has roses. And this doesn't matter if I put it side out or this side in. I'm going to do it that way. Chalked side on the inside. It really doesn't matter. Push these down, and I can see I have fingerprints there, so I'm going to clean them. I have a little smudge right there. I'm just going to get rid of. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see those wings? I will have to, I'll have to work on taking a better photograph of it. And now I have my pink heart that I'm going to glue right there. I'm not going to put a lot of glue on it because if I want to pop it off, I want to be able to do that. So I'm just going to put a little dot of glue. This is not heavy, so it's not going to require.
Carol says she'd use special cards.
Ooh, that would be nice.
And Teresa says she thinks that's very pretty. We're down to about 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so I just have, you could actually use a double-sided glue dot. I just didn't have one handy, so I just did a little dot of hot glue, and I have my, is that showing up pretty well? I have my angel wings with a heart and some roses in the background, and makes a darn cute little shadow box, if you ask me. Okay, so special cards would be good. Concert tickets. Ooh, we have a bunch of concert tickets. I wonder if I still have those. Yep. You could stick anything inside there. You could put candies inside there if you wanted to. It's got a really strong magnet. But, of course, you can use... Michaels has a gazillion shadow boxes also. So take a look at some of those and make yourself a shadow box. And here I've shown you how you can make some fabric felt rolled roses. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something new. And I hope you enjoy the next Crafter on Craft Around the Clock if you're following Craft Around the Clock. And if not, you should. And as we sign off, we like to say just have fun and do something creative every day. So we will see you all next time. I'm starting my sourdough starter series on Thursday morning, so be watching for that if you are interested in taking a little journey with me with making a sourdough starter from scratch. So Thursday. Okay. Oh, you have your man that passed away. You could put lots of memorabilia in there. That would be awesome. Okay, so good night, everybody, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.